John Beltran back with Dave Urick at Tom Rose Field on the campus of University High School in Greeley. The Beat Diggers are coached by Randy Dreitz in his 13th year. The assistants are Ron Albo, Lance Schwintz, Dick Creighton, Matt Menier, and David Cummings. University coached by Tom Grasmick. The assistants John Sparks, Miles Shear, Dan Fahrenbrook, Todd Jett, and Clay Bloyer. University has won the toss, but they will kick off. The Beat Diggers dressed in their road whites with the maroon numerals and the maroon pants. The University in their navy blue jerseys with the white numerals and the white pants and the navy blue striping. And for the Beat Diggers on this gorgeous Saturday afternoon, this is essentially, Dave, the start of a new season because we have seen, 2 or 3 different types of Beat Digger teams. The ones who've come out strong in the second half of the first 2 games of the year and executed well. Then the one who looked pretty good for the most part against Eaton, then collapsed down the stretch. And then last week, which is a team that we have never seen, not only this year but in past years, and hopefully a team that we will never see again, at least in the near future.
Right? They're just gonna, they're searching for their identity a little bit, but I still think, just building that consistency and that trust amongst the team, knowing that they're going to play tough on offense and defense, and they're all doing their jobs on special teams as well.
Opening kickoff is brought to you by Ingmeyer Phillips Insurance with 2 locations in Brush and Fort Morgan. Ingmeyer Phillips can help you with your home, car, health, or life insurance questions or needs. Ingmeyer Phillips Insurance, and to kick it off will be Matthew Silvestre for University, a 5'10", 150-pound junior, and Randy Baker back deep to receive. He had a 66-yarder last week, which set up Brush's only touchdown in that loss to Platte Valley. This is the only Patriot League game on the schedule today. Eaton defeated Fort Lupton last night. Sterling rallied to beat Valley 27-21. And there's a squib kick, and the Beat Diggers, I believe, are on it. Ben Mickey is on it. It was more of a squib than an onside, but they certainly fooled the Beat Diggers. At least I thought they were going to fool the Beat Diggers, but Ben Mickey was right on top of the football. Dave, and Brush has outstanding field position at the University 49.
You bet Ben's one of those front 5 guys there standing right in the middle, and the University was in a huddle. Their kicker was standing there with his hand up. The official blew his whistle. And then, like last week at Platte Valley, they all just charged towards the football, but this time they went ahead and kicked it. Last week, Platte Valley didn't. They'd always spread back out and kick it deep. This time they went to the onside kick right off the bat, and Brush did a good job of recovering it.
It was so quick, no time ticked off the clock. 1st and 10 from the University 49. The quarterback is Mitch Tormolen. He'll turn, hand it off to Rosenbrock, running left side, breaks a tackle at the 45-yard line, and he drives his way inside the 40 to the 36. It's a gain of 13 for Kyle Rosenbrock, and a Brush Beat Digger first down.
Yep, running out there behind Mitchie Seawald. Those guys out there at that off tackle and blocking out there a little bit wide. Those guys did a good job of sealing people off, and then Rosenbrock busted a couple of tackles along the way.
Jose Rodriguez and Joe Carwin also along that offensive line, and Corey Acosta as well. 1st and 10 for the Beat Diggers at the 36-yard line of the Bulldogs. Tormolen hands it off right up the gut. There's a small hole for Eddie Arribas. Breaks the tackle at the 34. He drives towards the 31. Wrapped up after a gain of close to 5 on the play. 2nd down and 5 yards to go. Jeremiah Bowen, 6'2", 255-pound senior, made the tackle, but good yardage for Eddie Arribas.
Yeah, they lined up in that 400 formation with the flanker and a wideout on this side. Just handed the dive off straight ahead.
2nd and 5 for Brush at the University 31-yard line, just underway on a gorgeous afternoon in Greeley. The backs are split. And there's a bootleg right. Tormolen trying to take it to the outside, gets a block. He's at the 30-yard line, and he drives his way to about the 27 or the 28-yard line, driven out of bounds, but there's a flag down. That's definitely going to be a block in the back, or not just a hold against the Beat Diggers, and that play took way too long to develop, so no surprise that call was made there.
You're lined up in that 400 formation, and so Schmolen's got a bootleg out here to the right, but the defensive end on this side, he got so much penetration that they really had to try to hold him back, and Schmolen had to give up a lot of ground to turn the corner, and by the time he gave up that ground, it changed the angle for his blockers. That's what made the blockers have to hold to keep Schmolen from getting tackled.
Dave, that turns into a 14-yard penalty, so now we're looking at 2nd down and 19 to go. Not necessarily a passing situation with the way Rosenbrock ran that first play. Alec Peterson is the receiver to the right, lining up on that right hash mark. Arribas and Rosenbrock in the backfield. 2nd and 19 for the University 45-yard line. on the opening possession of the game. Tormolen is going to hand it off to Rosenbrock, and he's hit behind the line of scrimmage. He drives to the 44. The penetration was very good there. A gain of 1. Initial hit made by, well, we don't have his name or his number on the roster, nonetheless from the secondary. 3rd and 18 to go for the Beet Diggers.
University comes out with the 4-man front. They have their defensive end, and they put him on the strength side. Before they were playing strength on our 2-receiver side. That time they moved him over to the wide side of the field. Now they have him back over there in this 300 formation on the 2-receiver side.
Jake Brown, the receiver, to the left. There is the pitch left to Arribas. Swings it to the left side of the 40. Inside the 40 to the 35 along the sideline. He's going to be driven out of bounds towards the 30. So pretty good yardage for Eddie Arribas. They might only give him the 31. A gain of 13. But the Beet Diggers undoubtedly will go for it on 4th down, which should be 5 from the 31-yard line. They're still trying to work out the acoustics here. That was an explosion of noise here up in the press box. And now the clock says 18 minutes and 42 seconds to go, so we've got an issue there as well. So they've got to fix that. They've got a brand-new press box, which is still not complete here at University High School. And so we might have some issues throughout the course of the game. Stop, shop, and save with all of your grocery needs and snacks for game time enjoyment. 1302 West Edison Street in Brush, That's the Brush grocery cart. And Hometown Auto and Hardware is Brush's local Napa and Hardware Hanks and Small Engine Repair Shop. Stop by and let them help you today. Hometown Auto and Hardware, 1305 Edison Street in Brush. The Beet Diggers will face the 4th and 5. But the clock is a mess right now. I don't know if they're going to solve that issue anytime soon here. It says 18:43. Maybe 8:43 is the correct time, but we don't know that for sure until they fix that malfunction.
This is an awful nice press box they're building here. If everybody remembers being at University in the past, they just had this small section of bleachers and it was flat back behind. Now it's a big brick press box that's really long and wide. It goes basically from the 40 to the 40, and it's just really nice. There's no windows on it yet or anything. There's a lot of lumber laying around looks like they just put the roof on it.
Well, let's see if they might have to keep the time on the field because they can't solve this issue right now. Now AD Brad Bunting trying to fix the issue on the board, which now says double zeros. It's the opening drive of the game. The Beet Diggers have ran 5 plays, 1 nullified because of penalty. Yeah, there certainly are issues up here, Dave. I mean, that's the problem when you have a makeshift. It's now makeshift because it's not complete. 8:47 to go in the opening quarter. Beet Diggers will go for it. 4th and 5 at the 31-yard line of University. One receiver out to the right. That is Jake Brown. On 4th and 5 with a back split. Arribas and Rosenbrock. Hard count, and it looks like University jumped. That's either going to be a first down or about a couple of inches short.
Yeah, they were in that 400 formation again. I think they were going to look quick pitch to the side like they did the play before. But at any rate, they were smart. They went on that long count, and the nose guard, the guy that was playing across from our guard over there on University's defense, was the one that jumped.
That will be a first down to the University 26-yard line. Beet Diggers back up to the line of scrimmage. Brown again, the receiver to the right on 1st and 10 for the University 26. The drive started at the University 49. Tormolen hands it off to Rosenbrock, running right up the gut to the 20 along the left side. First down inside the 15 to about the 13-yard line. Hard running by Kyle Rosenbrock. It's a gain of 13 for the Beet Diggers sophomore.
He lost the ball right there at the end. I think the ground caused the fumble. The University came up with it. Rosenbrock's going to have to make sure he tucks that thing away.
Yeah, I saw that too, where players were diving after a ball, but it clearly appeared that he was down by the ground and not by contact from another player before he hit the ground. 1st and 10 for the 13. Handoff right up the gut to the 10. Arribas to the 5, and he's lunging towards the goal line. He's not going to get there. Close to a first down at the 2 or maybe 3-yard line. The officials stopped the clock, and that means they're either going to measure or they'll give him a first down. It's right at the 3. It's a first and goal on the 10-yard run by Eddie Arribas on the 6th play of the drive.
28 yards now for Eddie, undoubtedly his best output of the season.
Morrow and Arribas now in the backfield. First and goal from the 3. Nearly 4 minutes into the game. Tormolen turns, hands it off to Morrow, running left, and he's into the end zone for a Beetiger touchdown from 3 yards out. Brush 6, University nothing.
Running over there behind Seawald, Rodriguez, and Acosta on that left side. Mickey's over there at that tight end. And I'll tell you what, they're doing a good job of firing off that offensive line today. They're picking up some nice blocks.
The extra point to be attempted by Jesus Cardenas. Off the hold of Mitch Tormolen. Tormolen has thrown a touchdown pass in 17 straight games, so looking to make it 18 today. And I think the Beetiggers, did they commit a penalty? Because I see a flag down at the 16-yard line. They're going to wave it off. I think the official thought that they had 12 on the field. They did not. They had 10 on the field and now have 11. Tormolen awaits the snap. It's a low one. He gets it down. The kick is up by Cardenas, and that is good. 7:57 to go. Opening quarter from Greeley. Brush 7, University nothing on 1010 KSIR and KSIR.com. 7 plays, 49 yards in 4 minutes and 3 seconds. Jake Morrow scores from 3 yards out. The Beetiggers lead 7-0, and University will have their first crack at the football. Back deep to receive Cody Rush and Kyle Yoshimura. Both are sophomores, so this is a young team. We do have a couple of seniors in there, Ryan Black and Tanner Sparks, their quarterback. They'll see plenty of action coming up. Jesus Cardenas about to run up to the football. And he booms it high but fairly short. Can be fielded by Rush at the 7-yard line, running left to the 10, across the 15. He stops, tries to reverse his field, and then is swarmed under at the 15-yard line. And the first Beetigger I saw in on the tackle was Edgar Rojas, a sophomore. The University with 4 field position, and they operate out of the shotgun. They'll start from their own 15-yard line, Dave.
Boy, that was a nice high kick, wasn't it? It gave all of our kickoff guys plenty of time to run down there and cover it.
And that was Yoshimura, not Rush, by the way, that returned it. So, my mistake. First and 10 for University at the 15-yard line. 2 receivers split out to the left. This time, Sparks will be under center. The back's in an eye. And there is the pitch left, running wide to the left, and nothing. In fact, there's going to be a loss. Rosenbrock back there to nail the ball carrier, along with another Beetiger, Ryan Black, down at the 12-yard line. Second down and 13, a loss of 3 for University.
Boy, once they shut their blocks out there, Rosenbrock just put his shoulder pads right in his hips and just stuck him.
Second down and 13 from the 12-yard line. Beetiggers up 7-0. 7:22 to go in the opening quarter. 2 receivers out to the right, 1 to the left. Black under center, man in motion to the left, and there is the pitch right to Black, and he looks for a seam, cuts it back up the middle. He might have a yard, and way too many Beetiggers there to make the play. Jake Morrow, along with Joe Carwin, and even Maverick Seawald got a hit. It's way too many as far as University is concerned. It's a gain of 2, third down and 11.
Beetiggers showing a different defense today. I see they're out there in a 4-3 now. We've been running a 5-2 last year, and then the start of this season, the defense has been in question in the last couple of weeks, and the coaches obviously made some adjustments based on their personnel.
The outside receiver to the right is J.P. Redfern. 2 receivers out to the right, 2 to the left in a shotgun formation. Is Sparks, 3-step drop, still looking. Up the left sideline, the pass is going to be tipped up. Did he catch it? I think he did, in bounds. What a play up to the 35-yard line. The catch was made by Sam Long. It's a gain of 21 on a back shoulder throw and a first down for University.
Boy, it was a nice throw. He just ran that pattern right down the field. We had good coverage there, but he got it up over his outside shoulder, and that made it so none of the Diggers had a shot at even knocking it down. And you got to give Long credit for being able to pull that thing in as he juggled it as he was hitting the ground.
The friendly staff at High Plains Bank in Wiggins is ready to assist you with a home loan, equity line of credit, commercial loan, or checking account. To receive hometown service in a higher plane, visit High Plains Bank in Wiggins. First and 10, University at their own 35. Out of a shotgun is Sparks. Two receivers each side. There'll be a handoff on the right side, a gain of 1. Maverick Seawald cleans up the ball carrier. Tad Strohauer, a junior. Well, they might give him a second yard to the 37. Second down and 8 to go for the Bulldogs.
Some tough running there for the Bulldogs. Is that defensive line of ours, they're all over 200 pounds up there, and those 4 guys are raising some cane. I see Jake Morrow, the middle linebacker. He's been going on a few blitzes.
Second down and 8 to go for University at their own 37. One setback. Again, 2 receivers out to the left and right in a shotgun. Sparks throws it out to the left. It's caught underneath, but Randy Baker makes the tackle for a loss of about 2 yards as the catch was made by Long, who just made that 21-yard reception. And Randy Baker making an excellent play out of his linebacker position. A loss of 2, 3rd and 10. For University at their own 35-yard line. Again, Sparks out of a shotgun. The lone setback is Strohauer. Has the snap, looking to throw, 2-step drop, deep up the sideline. The pass is incomplete. An excellent throw by Sparks, defended by Arribas. But Matthew Wortman had a chance to make that catch. It'll be 4th down and 10 to go for University.
Boy, again, Sparks did a good job throwing it over his outside shoulder. He ran right next to the sideline, so Arribas didn't have a shot at trying to knock the ball down. I think had the receiver gone up without those alligator arms and maybe had his hands together to make the catch, he might have caught it.
It will be Wortman to punt. Back deep to receive is Randy Baker. And we've got a whistle and a timeout by University. We'll take it with them. 5:24 to go, first quarter. It's Brush 7, University nothing on 1010 KSIR and KSIR.com. John Beltran, Dave Urich back from Tom Roche Field on the campus of University High School in Greeley. The Bay Diggers looking for their 3rd win of the season and their first Patriot League win of 2012. As they lead the Bulldogs 7-0. Matthew Wortman to punt for University on 4th and 10 at their own 35. Randy Baker back deep to receive, standing inside the Beat Digger 35-yard line. And with University, watch out for anything, including a fake. Good snap, and that punt is end over end. That's a boomer up towards the sideline, bounces at the 25, takes a University roll inside the 20 to the 18. There is a flag down. Would be a 47-yard punt if it counts. And if you're the Beat Diggers and it's against University, Dave, you got to make them punt it again.
Well, that's for sure. Make them go a little bit further down the field with it. Like you said, it was that end-over-end kick where he kind of turned sideways when he kicked it. So, it really spun hard. It wasn't kicked right at Baker. It was over about half. It landed about halfway between the hash mark and the sideline. There was no way Baker could make a play on it. The ground must be pretty hard out there on the field because it took a pretty high bounce initially.
Holding against Rush. So the Beat Diggers are going to have the football inside the 10. They should have it at the 9, which they do. With 5:14 to go in the first quarter, Brush 7, University nothing. Beat Diggers went on a 49-yard drive, but it took 4 minutes and 3 seconds. Beat Diggers could use a huge play just to get themselves out of this hole right now. Arribas and Rosenbrock in the backfield. Now, we've seen some long runs in the past on this field. From the 9-yard line, the backs are split. One receiver out to the left. On 1st and 10, Tormolen hands it off up the gut to Rosenbrock at the 15 to the 20-yard line. He dives across the 20 before he's ankle tackled at about the 22, maybe the 23-yard line. As the University tackle was made by J.P. Redfern. A gain of 14 for Rosenbrock. And a Beat Digger first down.
Rosenbrock's running behind the blocking of Lopez and Carlin, and where that hole was big, and once he got through that, past those linebackers, he did a good job when people closed in on him to cover the ball, cover both noses of the football.
Well, the Beat Diggers might just stick with the ground game as successful as they've been so far. 1st and 10 for their 23. Handoff, Rosenbrock running left side, breaks the tackle to 25, still on his feet, and he carries defenders across the 30 towards the 33, very close to a first down. It is a gain of 10. Oh, let's see, okay, gain of 10. One official was pointing the other way. I'm not sure why. On the far side. Second down, and it's about a foot to go, Dave, just shy of the 33.
Just the nose of the football's got to get there, 2 or 3 inches.
Wouldn't be a bad idea to pass the ball here with 2nd and inches to go. Tormolen is back to throw. Looking, still looking. Keeps it up the right sideline, and that is going to be caught by Baker. He's in bounds. An incredible catch at the University 39. I mean, there was virtually no angle. A gain of 28 on a perfect pass and maybe even a better catch.
Yeah, he went up. The difference between his catch and the catch the University kid tried to make a little bit ago, it was the same kind of pass, same kind of pattern. The University kid went up with both arms above his head like he was a scissors. This time Baker went up with both hands and got both hands on the football as it came in, and when he came down, he was able to keep a foot in.
Phenomenal play on both ends. He was well covered, Dave.
He was. You know, the corners were playing about 10 yards off.
1st and 10 from the 39-yard line. Tormolen is going to pitch it left to Arribas, looking for a block. Can't get it. Stutter steps, cuts it back towards the middle. He's down for about a half-yard loss. More than likely, they'll just give him the line of scrimmage. 2nd down and 10 to go for the Beat Diggers, as there was way too much penetration. And once Arribas stopped, that allowed University and about 3 other defenders to get to the play.
Right, he probably should have just raced to the sideline and try to turn it up right when he got there and maybe try to rely on his speed to gain a couple of yards. But as soon as he stopped, you're right, all that pressure from the backside, the force was able to make the tackle.
3:45 to go, opening quarter. Brush 7, University nothing. 2nd down and 10 for the Beat Diggers. At the University 39-yard line, lining up on the left hash mark. Tormolen hands it off to Rosenbrock, running wide to the left to the 30, still on his feet towards the 25-yard line as he's carrying defenders once again towards that 25. Tackled along the far side, but not before a gain of close to 9. James Medina, senior defensive back, in on the play. 3rd down and 1 to go for the Beat Diggers.
Rosenbrock has carries of 13, 1, 13, 13, 10, 9. So they're all big carries every time he touches it. Nothing on the outside. Everything's straight ahead.
Under 3 minutes to go in the opening quarter. 3rd and 1 at the University 30-yard line. Tormolen hands it off right side. Rosenbrock 1st down, and he tries to break out of an ankle tackle inside the 25 to the 24. The gain of 6 again. Medina in on the play, but the Beat Digger drive continues.
Yep, just some good blocking up there. See, when Rosenbrock got the ball, he slowed down a little bit to let his blocking take off and allow those kids to be able to get the angles they needed to be able to run the ball.
Quick moving first quarter. University's had the ball only once. 1st and 10 for Brush at the University 24-yard line. Brown, the receiver, to the right on the inside slot. To the right is Mickey. Now the Beat Diggers reposition themselves. Tormolen with 3 to go on the play clock on 1st down. Play action, looking to throw over the middle. That pass going to be incomplete off of Mickey's hands at the 5-yard line. Excellent play call, but Mickey couldn't bring it in. Maybe a little bit too extended for him at 2nd down.
You're right, an excellent play call. The coaches noticed the University starting to sneak some linebackers up there, and then they have their free safety cheated clear over across from our flanker when we're in that 300 or 400 formation, which leaves a straight down the field, a quick throw to our tight end, and that's what it was right there. It was wide open, and Mickey just couldn't quite come down with it.
2nd down and 10 for the Beat Diggers at the University 24, up 7-0 on a Saturday afternoon in Greeley. One receiver split out to the left. Tormolen will hand it off to Arribas, running off left tackle, and he dives to about the 20. A decent gain of 4. 3rd down and 6 to go for the Beat Diggers. Around the football was Nathan Lopez, a 5'8", 165-pound junior linebacker.
Now they're over there running behind Rodriguez and Seawald again on the left side. But they're sticking with that 300 and 400 formation pretty much every time. So the coaches have figured out they can kind of work that free safety by having an extra receiver on one side or the other.
Nico Guzman's the receiver to the right. 3rd and 6 from the University 20. Tormolen looking to throw, stopping, setting up, throwing to his right. The pass is caught. 1st down at the 10-yard line. Caught by Guzman along the sideline. And it's a gain of 10 for the Beat Diggers on a connection from Tormolen to Guzman.
That was a hard pass to catch, too, because the defender was right on him, and Nico's didn't quite have the height that the defender had, but, he had that guy draped on him, and he still pulled the football in and controlled it. So good job, Nico.
1st and goal. The nose of the football's inside the 10. The first touchdown was scored by Jake Morrow. He's not on the field right now. It's Arribas and Rosenbrock. The handoff. Arribas running left to the 5-yard line, and he's going to be hit inside the 5 towards the 3. Nice counter play. It's a gain of 7 for Eddie Arribas. Tackle was made by Titor Alonso. 2nd down and goal from the 3.
That was that 30 series where we fake the trap up the middle and then run off tackle on the backside. Boy, he was just wide open. He followed our pulling guard over there, who is Lopez. He just followed him as Lopez kicked out that defensive end.
Brush's first touchdown came from 3 yards out. 2nd and goal from the 3. Baker's in motion to the left. Handoff Rosenbrock, however, there's a flag down. No play. More than likely, that's against Brush. I didn't see University jump at all.
Yeah, I'm not sure what the call was. We started off that 400 formation, then we sent our guy in we sent Baker in motion. I'm not sure if they're going to call us for that.
It will be offsides against University. Dave, I didn't see it, but the Bee Diggers are that much closer to the goal line. In fact, the football is going to be placed just outside the 1 now.
Well, we'll take what we can get. You know, anytime we get a penalty down there that close, still 3rd down.
Well, it says that should be 2nd down, Dave.
Should be. Oh, there he goes. He fixed it.
Yeah, and the board says 3rd, but that should be 2nd down and goal for the 1. With under 30 seconds to go in the opening quarter. Let's see if Rosenbrock gets it this time. Baker's in motion to the left. Tormolin is going to bootleg it left. He's got all types of running room. He's going to score easily. And the Bee Diggers now lead University 13-0, 1 yard out for Mitch Tormolin.
Just did a good job of sealing all those University Bulldogs off, and he just ran towards the pylon, and he basically could have jogged it in over there.
Dave, I think he did jog it in. He got close to it. Was pretty easy for him. 4-minute and 58-second drive, and Dave, 91 yards in the drive for Brush.
Nice. That's exactly what we need.
Jesus Cardenas to attempt the extra point off the hold of Tormolin. So the Bee Diggers have so far held the football for 9 minutes and 1 second. And we're still not out of the first quarter. Awaiting the snap. It's a good one. The kick is up, and that one is partially blocked. 16 seconds to go first quarter. We'll keep it right here. And that looked like it was blocked right up the middle.
You know, the guy came from, you have your 2 guys that are set back a little bit on each side, and they're supposed to, everybody on those PATs are supposed to block down to their gap. Well, our outside guy on the left side, he blocked the outside guy, and they sent somebody on the inside. That was the one that got it. So our guy on the left side, he's always got to remember to step with his right foot, step down into that gap, and protect that gap instead of worrying about the outside.
Nonetheless, the Bee Diggers do lead by a baker's dozen, and Cardenas will kick it off. And the Brush offense looking as efficient as we're used to. Every game is essentially a playoff game at this point because 3 teams qualify for the playoffs out of the Patriot League. And Eaton and Platte Valley are going to be 2 of those teams unless something catastrophic happens to either team, like a number of unexpected losses. So competing for that 3rd spot, you would think obviously Brush, Strasburg, Sterling, and Fort Lupton and University at the bottom of this league, you would think by the end of the football season. And Cardenas runs up to the football, and he booms it high and short again. Yoshimura has it at the 12, to the 15, straight ahead to the 20, across the 25, spinning, and then he's going to be hit at about the 27, maybe the 28-yard line. Michael Gutierrez in to make the play for Brush. A return of 15 for Kyle Yoshimura.
Yeah, they have him down as 5'5", 155. I don't think he's 155. But I'll tell you what, he ran pretty tough there right up the middle. He just ran into a strong Bee Digger kickoff team.
With 9 seconds to go in the first quarter, should be the last play unless it's an incomplete pass. 1st and 10 for University. 2 receivers out to the left, 2 to the right. Tanner Sparks, the quarterback, in a shotgun formation with Tad Strohauer. The lone setback to his right. 2-step drop, throwing out the left flat. Pass is caught by Sam Long. Almost fell down. Then he's tackled at the 28 by Eddie Arribas, a gain of 1. That's the end of the opening quarter. Brush 13, University nothing on 1010 KSIR and KSIR.com. Rush 13, University nothing. John Beltran with Dave Burek from Tom Rose Field on the campus of University High School in Greeley. University has the football 2nd down and 9 at their own 28-yard line. The Beatniks getting rushing touchdowns from Jake Morrow and Mitch Tormolin. Shotgun formation for Tanner Sparks. 2 receivers to the left and right. 2-step drop. Looking, throws out to his left. The pass is caught underneath of the 31-yard line by Workman, and he dives his way to the 32. Eddie Arribas in on the coverage. It'll be a gain of 4 on that short pass to Workman. 3rd down and 5 to go for University. No huddle offense here. Same formation. There's the snap. 5-step drop. Looking, throwing out to his right. That pass is incomplete. A diving reception try there by J.P. Redfern. And that was well defended. 4th and 5 for University.
Yeah, University coaches are out there right on that sideline official hoping for a pass interference against Jake Brown. But Jake didn't interfere with anything. He just was all over that play.
You would think University is not going to take any chances here and go for it. Indeed, Matthew Workman will punt. Standing at his own 19, Randy Baker at his own 39. The snap is low, bounces in, but he gets it off the side of his foot. Bounces at the 46-yard line and takes a nice University roll to the 40. So the punt goes for 28 yards. And the Beatniks with good field position this time after starting at their own 9, even though they were able to go to 91 yards on their previous drive.
Good for University. I think that's to their advantage if they keep on punting away from our return guy. Because tell you what, I didn't see their guys really hustling down the field all that much. They weren't prepared for Baker to catch that ball. If he would have got a hold of it, he would have had some running room over on the right side.
1st and 10 for the Beatniks at their own 40-yard line. Arribas in the backfield with Kyle Rosenbrock. Receivers split out to the left and right. Man in motion to the right is Ben Mickey. Tormolin on the pitch right to Arribas. Swings it to the outside, cuts it back towards the middle. Across the 40 to the 43 before he's clipped up. Initial penetration by James Medina. 2nd down and 7. Just shy of the 43-yard line.
They're working that quick pitch and trying to get around the outside, but, they line up in a 4-man front, but then they put their defensive end out there. They just kind of guess which side they want to have him. They had him on the wide side of the field, which was the right spot because we didn't have anybody there to keep him from forcing the Reeves to cut it back.
On 2nd down and 7 for the 43, Brush on their own side of the football field. Tormolin back to throw, looking, lobs it deep up the left side. Pass is going to be dropped by Baker, just off his fingertips at the 28-yard line. Thought he should have had it, but it was just a little bit too much for Baker. Nice try though. 3rd and 7 for Brush.
Yeah, he put both his hands out there like he was catching water, and the ball hit his hands, and it just went right through him.
Yeah, and that catch, Dave, might have been perhaps even easier than the one he made along the sideline here earlier, but it was still a very well-run play on both ends.
Yeah, that was a perfectly thrown pass, and he threw it right out in front of him when he was in full stride.
Alec Peterson is the receiver to the right. 3rd and 7 for Brush at their own 43-yard line. Man in motion to the left is Jake Brown. There's the give on the left side across the 45 to the 50. Kyle Rosenbrock lunges the football across the down marker. And he's got a 1st down. He had to get across the 50 or to the 50, gets to the 49, and it's a gain of 8 yards for Kyle Rosenbrock.
Takes him to 73 yards today. Again, just running that ISO over here. Eddie Reeves was a lead blocker, so it was like a 47. He's lead blocking out here on that defensive end, and Rosenbrock ran out there, but he saw a hole, and he cut it back up really quick and picked up some huge yards after he got into the secondary.
10:27 to go, 2nd quarter. Brush 13, University nothing. 1st and 10 for the Beatniks of the Bulldogs. 49-yard line. The backs are split. One receiver out to the right. Tormolin hands it off right up the gut to Rosenbrock inside the 45. He dives towards the 43. Got about 6 yards in the play. And tackle was made by Kyle Yoshimura. But again, big yardage for Rosenbrock, 2nd and 4.
Yep, that's just that trap. Take that 36 over there and hand it off to Rosenbrock up the middle. Guard's doing a good job of pulling. University's in that 4-man front. So it's a short trap over there on that side. They did a good job of getting that hole opened up for him.
Guzman is the receiver to the left. He's got a reception in this game. 2nd down and 4 for the University 43. Handoff right side, Morrow to the 40-yard line, and he lunges, and I think he's got a first down at the 39. That second effort kept that play going. It's a gain of 4 for Morrow. I don't know if they're going to measure. It looks like he's got the first down from this vantage point. Well, they're going to measure, Dave. I tell you, my eagle eyes say he's got a first down.
Well, the stick over there is just a little bit short of the mark. And their field's really marked nice, where they have the hash marks all the way down the sideline and also in the middle. And the ball's just short of the hash mark there on the Beat Tigers side of the field, so it's going to be close.
First down for Brush. You don't have to close on your house alone. Northern Colorado Title at 130 West Kiowa and Fort Morgan will provide you with a stress-free closing. That's Northern Colorado Title. Letter jackets, T-shirts, and more. Stop by 302 Main Street in Fort Morgan for all of your sports apparel. That's at Bijou T-Quest. First and 10 for the Beat Diggers. At the 39-yard line of the Bulldogs, leading 13-0, 9:23 to go. In the opening half, in motion to the left is Jake Brown. Tormolen on the give and breaking a tackle and trying to break a second towards the 36. And gaining 3. Let's see if that was that a Rivas? Nonetheless, 2nd and 7. No, I think it was Morrow, Dave. Morrow on the carry there for a gain of 3. Tough to see. I mean, that was just a quick hitter. Now Baker's in the backfield. We haven't seen that too much this season. Not since Ray. 2nd and 7 for the Beat Diggers at the University 36. Brown in motion to the left. And there is the pitch left to Baker, trying to get a block. Swings it to the 35, and then he's tripped up. Tripped himself up, actually, at the 34. Gain of 2 for Baker. His feet just went out from under him. 3rd down and 5. Yeah, he stopped and kind of planted full speed right here in front of the University bench. Tried to cut it back instead of taking it to the sideline. And feels a little bit hard, so his cleats slipped out from underneath him. 3rd down and 5. The Beat Diggers have chewed up nearly 4 minutes of game time. I mean, they've really controlled the entire game. Up 13-0 with the ball at the 34-yard line of University. They might have to race up to the line of scrimmage, taking their time in the huddle. And, in fact, they've got to take a timeout. The timeout called by the Beat Diggers, brought to you by State Farm Insurance. Let the State Farm Insurance office of Greg Mullen and Brush help you find the very best policy to fit your life. Home, auto, life, and health. State Farm Insurance is here for you and your family. Give Greg Mullen a call, 842-4555 at State Farm Insurance. 7:52 to go in the second. Brush 13, University nothing. The Beat Diggers will face a 3rd and 5 situation at the Bulldogs' 34-yard line. And this obviously is 4-down territory, but the Beat Diggers don't want to mess with that. Just get the first down here. The question is, what play will they run?
And I'll tell you what, they could give it to Rosenbrock, who's averaging probably, well, just short of 10 yards per carry. That'd be a pretty good guess.
Well, he's had 1 carry of 1 yard. Everything else is 13, 14, 10, 9, 6, 8, 6. So only 1 carry under 6 yards. That's how effective he's been. 3rd and 5 from the 34. Rosenbrock is in the backfield with Eddie Arribas. Nico Guzman is the receiver to the right. Tormolen up to the line of scrimmage. On 3rd down and 5. Tormolen rolling to his right, looking to throw, setting up. He'll throw it to his right. The pass is dropped. A diving attempt by Nico Guzman at the 26-yard line. It'll be 4th and 5. Beat Diggers will go for it.
He had his elbows by his side and his palms up down by his belly, and the ball came right through his arms, right past his belly, and he just dropped it. We got away with a hold over here on this side. I saw our tackle over here on this side. The defensive tackle was running past him, and boy, got a hold of his shirt, and he was holding on, and he actually even got pulled down by him.
Well, this is a big play for University if they want to stay in the game. Down 13-0, 4th and 5 at the 34-yard line of University are the Beat Diggers. Tormolen with a hard count. Takes the snap, hands off to Rosenbrock, right side. He dives towards the marker. He's not going to get it. He's going to be short. He gains 4 yards to the 30-yard line, but University will take over on downs as the tackle was made by Jordan Lobato, a 5'9", 170-pound senior. University football at their own 30-yard line.
We really lunged hard trying to get that first down, but they just had too tight of wraps on his legs, and he just wasn't going to go anywhere.
The one thing the Beatniggers have done, they have chewed up clock. University's got it with 7:39 to go, second quarter. Trailing Brush 13-0. Tanner Sparks out of a shotgun. Two receivers to the left, one to the right. He's got the snap. Will take off with the football, running to his right to the 30-yard line. Flag is down, knocked out of bounds at the 35 by Ben Mickey. More than likely, that's coming back.
Yeah, it was a hold. Our defensive end was trying to come across, or our linebacker was trying to come across, and their running back just went ahead and grabbed a hold of him, had his arms wrapped around his outside shoulder.
And that is the indication, holding against University. You don't have to travel out of town to receive the best and most advanced hearing health care. Visit Platte Valley Hearing Center, 409 East Platte Avenue in Fort Morgan. That's Platte Valley Hearing Center. And the hold took place at the line of scrimmage, so it's first down and 20 for University at their own 20-yard line. Again, shotgun formation for the Bulldogs. Sparks began the game under center. Two-step drop, looking to throw. Backs up, throws to his left, incomplete. Intended for Sam Long at the 22, way overthrown. Defended by Alec Peterson. Second down and 20 to go. And this could be a time for the Beatnigger defense to make a play and extend this to a 3-touchdown lead.
You betcha. Maybe come up with a little interception here. Peterson, he flew in there, used his left shoulder to just wallop Long right in the chest.
The line of scrimmage was the 20 before that play. Now it's the 21. I love how they do that. Yeah. It baffles me. Second down, we'll call it 19 now, even though they didn't gain a yard. Three-step drop. Lobby up the right sideline. That pass is going to be intercepted by Jake Brown at the 50. Tipped it up to himself. The prophet, Dave Urick, called it, and the Beatniggers have the football.
Well, Jake Brown did a good job. That's the way you're supposed to play it as a corner. You got to look back for the ball. He looked back, and he closed on it. It looked like the receiver was going to run away from him a little bit there, but he was keeping a track of where the ball was and just made a great play and did a good job of coming down with the pass.
Beatniggers now have their fourth possession of the game. First and 10 at the 50. With 7:21 to go, second quarter. And Brush is up 13-0 here in Greeley. 3-yard touchdown run from Jake Morrow. 1-yard run by the quarterback, Mitch Tormolen. The backs are split. Guzman is the receiver to the right. There as they get right up the gut to Rosenbrock. Slams into a defender still on his feet. Inside the 45 to the 43. The gain of 7 for Kyle Rosenbrock. Approaching the 100-yard mark here in the opening half. Second down and 3. Brandon Ewing made the tackle for University.
90 yards for Rosenbrock on 11 carries.
Beatniggers taking their time in the huddle. They're being very patient on offense. Not in any big hurry. Brown, the receiver, to the right. Second down and 3 for the Bulldog 43-yard line. Tormolen throws it out in the right flat, caught by Brown at the 45. First down to the 40, trying to break out of a tackle inside the 40. Let's see, to about the 36. First down for the Beatniggers, a gain of 7.
That takes Tremolin to 36 yards on 5 attempts. He's completed 2 of those. Brown did a good job. He took a step downfield and then stepped back. Had he not caught the ball, it could have been a lateral. So he did a good job of catching it and then turning it upfield for those yards.
Second down and 7 for the Beatniggers at the University 36-yard line. Receiver split left and right. Hand off left side to Rosenbrock. Cuts it back towards the middle. And he's down after a short gain of 3. A rare short gain for Rosenbrock. Second down and 7. Middle of that defensive line in there for University, including Nathan Lopez. And with 5:53 to go in the second, Brush leading University 13-0. Baker on the inside slot to the right. Guzman, the outside receiver to the right on 2nd and 7 from the 33-yard line. Tormolen hands it off left side, and down at the 30-yard line is Jake Morrow. And the Beatniggers just eating up small chunks 3rd and 4 to go for Brush.
Well, we've said it a lot of times, if you can hammer that football in between the tackles like Brush has been doing, that's going to turn into some mega yards here later on in the game.
Morrow checks out. Rosenbrock checks in. 3rd down and 4 to go for the 30. That time of possession is really in Brush's favor. On 3rd down and 4. In motion to the left is Baker. Tormolin on the bootleg left. Has a seam to the outside of the 25-yard line, steps out of bounds. There is a flag down. It would be a 1st down if it's not against Brush. And it was thrown in the secondary. It is a gain of 5. But it's a hold against the Beat Diggers in the secondary, but that's because there were Beat Digger blockers downfield, so that will nullify the pickup by Rosenbrock. Let's go ahead. It occurred at the very end, Dave. Wow.
That's too bad. And it was thrown, Smolin was running clear out here wide, and it was thrown way in there about where you'd be sealing off a linebacker. And I think that's what I saw. I think I saw one of our guys who came around the corner. He kind of reached out with his arm to slow it down.
Well, I'll give Tormolin 5 yards. The penalty came from the end of the play. 3rd and 9 for Brush at the 35-yard line of University. 4:51 to go. Trips to the right. The lone setback is Rosenbrock. On 3rd and 9, we've seen a handoff out of this play before, out of this formation. Tormolin back to throw, looking, rolling to his right, stopping, back to his left, looks for running room. He's going to get sacked back at the 39-yard line. Thrown down for a loss of 4. Taken down by Kyle Yoshimura. Actually back at the 40. Now it's going to be 4th and 14 to go for Brush. They've got to get to the 26. And the Beat Diggers will go for it.
Yeah, that play was designed to go right, but that's where he got the pressure. So he turned back over here to the left. The bad thing there is, when you have trips out to the right side and you're supposed to be going right, there's nobody left over here to do any blocking for you.
Peterson, Brown, and Guzman are the receivers to the right. 4th and 14 from the University 40. Tormolin back to throw. Backside pressure coming. Sits up a screen over the middle. Caught at the 40 to the 35. Up to the 30. 1st down to the 25. Along the sideline. 15-10. Rosenbrock by himself. Touchdown for the Beat Diggers from 40 yards out. Rush 19. University nothing.
Just a great play. They caught University coming on strong. They wanted to get the big sack. And, boy, they did a good job of executing that screen. And Rosenbrock did a good job after he caught the ball at directing his blockers. He got Maverick Seawald out there in front of him, and he actually took a jab step to the outside to help set Maverick up. And Maverick made a big block, knocked the University kid flat on his back, and jogged right into the end zone.
And Tormolin sells it so well. Looks like he wants to throw downfield and just lobs it over the middle. 18th consecutive game that Mitch Tormolin has thrown a touchdown pass. And I know that Rosenbrock did the work there, but Tormolin sold it very well.
He's 3 for 6 for 76 yards.
Beat Diggers will go for 2. Brown, the lone receiver, to the left. In motion to the right is Peterson. Tormolin back to throw. Looking left, lobs it out towards Arribas off his left hand. Incomplete. 3 minutes, 50 seconds to go. Opening half. Brush 19. University nothing on 1010 KSIR and KSIR.com. 7 plays, 50 yards in 4 minutes and 31 seconds. A 40-yard screen pass from Mitch Tormolin to Kyle Rosenbrock. The extra point, the 2-point conversion, I should say, was no good. The Beat Diggers lead 19-0. Beat Diggers keep this up. It would be the 100th career win for head coach Randy Dreitz, something that he wanted 2 weeks ago, and of course last week, actually today he wanted 102, but Beat Diggers are now trying to snap that mini 2-game losing streak. Jesus Cardenas to kick it off for Brush. Yoshimura and Cody Rush are back to receive, standing at the 5. A high, short kick off to the right, bounces at the 19-yard line. Big hop for Yoshimura, running to his right to the 20, and then the Beat Diggers are there to stack him up at the 22, maybe the 23. Michael Gutierrez was in on the tackle for the Beat Diggers, along with Christian DeLong. Those guys love playing on special teams because that's when they're on the field.
Yeah, and they got those are young guys. Those are sophomores. You're looking out there, some other kids like Conrad Cole. He's the wideout guy on this side. Boy, those guys hustle down the field, and they're real physical kids, and they'll make tackles for you.
1st and 10 for University at their own 23-yard line. The Diggers have 2 timeouts remaining. I don't think they'll use them unless University gets a first down. Then the Beat Digger defense comes up with a 2nd and 3rd down conversion to pin University somewhat in a shotgun. Sparks looking to his right, throws it out, caught in the right flat by Long, and he's going to be hit almost immediately and taken down at about the line of scrimmage. Reading that perfectly for Brush was Alec Peterson. No gain, 2nd down and 10 to go.
Yeah, that was just that quick hitch pass out here with them when they had the trips lined up. But Peterson is just, he's a strong kid. He went up there, made that contact, and he didn't even give an inch.
2nd down and 10 to go for the Bulldogs at their own 23-yard line. 3:14 to go, 2nd quarter. Brush 19, University nothing. Trips to the left. Sparks out of a shotgun formation. 3-step drop, looking left. Lobs it towards the sideline. That pass is off the hands of Long. Incomplete. Should have been caught. Should have been a first down at the 36-yard line. A perfectly thrown football by Sparks.
He heard the footsteps. Of Eddie Arribas coming in there. And you can tell he looked away from the football way before it got there.
Accidents or illness can strike at any time, day or night. When they do, every second counts. As a Level 3 trauma center, Colorado Plains Medical Center is ready to handle any kind of emergency. Colorado Plains Medical Center brings quality care to our community. 3rd and 10. At their own 23, 2 receivers to the left and right out of a shotgun. Sparks, quick drop, throws over the middle of the pass, is caught, pushed down at the 35, taken down at about the 38-yard line as Matthew Workman, Eddie Arribas on the coverage, but it's a gain of 15 for the Bulldogs.
Yeah, they just threaded a nice, it's about a 3-yard down and then a post pattern. So it's just a nice pass. You got to give him credit for that. I was noticing Chase Klein. He plays our defensive end on this side in that 4-man front. He plays from a standing position.
Quick drop, throw out in the left line. It's incomplete. Drop by Workman at the 37-yard line. Hit him right in the hands. 2nd down and 10 to go for University.
He tipped that thing. He kind of juggled it with both hands and kind of flopped up in the air, and then he just gave up on it as he just put his hands in the air and jogged. Maverick Seawald ran out there from his right defensive tackle position. He almost came up with the pick.
With 2:47 to go, 2nd quarter. 2nd down and 10 for the Bulldogs at their own 38-yard line. Trips to the right. Sparks out of a shotgun. Back to throw. Pressure coming. He's going to get taken down at the 33-yard line. It'll be a loss of close to 5. And the Beat Diggers sack coming from Chase Klein, who Dave just talked about. And the Beat Diggers take a timeout. Brought to you by Greg Mullen at State Farm Insurance. 2:33 to go. And they'll give them a 4-yard loss back to the 34, so a tad of forward progress. It'll be 3rd down and 14, and this is why the Beat Diggers took the timeout, because it's my belief, Dave, they're going to score again before the end of this first half.
Well, I'll tell you what, we're throwing the ball pretty well. Like we said before, Tremollin's 3 for 6 for 76 yards. 40 of those were that screen pass right there at the end, but they got the athletes, they can do it.
3rd down and 14 to go for University at their own 34. The Beat Diggers have rushing touchdowns from Jake Morrow and Mitch Torbolin, and a 40-yard screen pass they've just talked about to Rosenbrock. Beat Diggers back in action on Friday night at home against Strasburg. I have the game for you right here on 1010. By the way, CSU and Air Force playing today on 94.5 The Ranch. So Colorado State and Air Force, you can catch that game 94.5 The Ranch. And the Beat Diggers jumped on the right side. Levi Abbott a little bit too quick. Nonetheless, it'll be 3rd and 9 to go for University with a football at their own 39-yard line.
Levi didn't have his hand down on the ground yet either, so he's got to make sure he's set. When the University Bulldogs are up there and they're ready to snap the football, our defensive line needs to be down, ready to go.
On 3rd and 9, quick drop, looking to throw Sparks up the right sideline. That pass is going to be incomplete. Oh, that was close. Baker might have got a finger on it. If not, Long was gone up the right sideline. Excellent play by Baker, 4th down.
Yeah, he had us beat by about 2 yards there, so the ball was just underthrown a little bit. I think Baker did a good job of jumping up there at the end and just tipping it, just enough to cause Long to lose his concentration.
4th down. Matthew Workman in punt formation for University. But Sparks is in there. But he's lined up in a slot, so they will punt. Beediggers have nobody back. Now Baker is retreating towards the 35. The ball is snapped. And that punt end over end. Baker's going to have to back up and let it go inside the 20. Towards the 10-yard line. A huge University roll to the 7. An outstanding punt of 54 yards for Matthew Workman, and the Beediggers are a long ways away, 93 yards away from getting back on the scoreboard with 2:17 to go before the break.
I think we thought they were going to go for it. Just like you said, we didn't have anybody drop back to receive the punt. Then when we dropped back to receive it, it's not like we were really looking to go for the ball much at all. It looked like we were just shocked that they went ahead and kicked it.
Well, let's see if Brush can come through with a big play. Maybe a screen pass again would work. It certainly worked earlier today, worked last week, worked against Fort Morgan. Screen passes have worked for Brush. 1st and 10 for Brush at their own 7-yard line, leading 19-0.
University's in a 4-man front, so they're playing a little prevent now, too.
3 receivers to the right, handoff up the middle, big hole for Rosenbrock to the 10, to the 15, to 20. Along the left sideline to the 30. He might go the distance to the 50. Rosenbrock to the 40. By himself to the 20. 10, 5. Touchdown, Rosenbrock. 93 yards. Holy mahungus. Brush 25, University, nothing.
Rosenbrock had 93 yards before that carry. He just doubled it in about 8 seconds. Just a nice play. Again, some good blocking there behind Seawald and Rodriguez. University was in a prevent. They didn't have their usual guys up there on the line of scrimmage. They thought we were going to throw the football, and boy, they guessed wrong as they overloaded the right side where we had most of our receivers.
Hey, that's play calling, even if it's a simple handoff.
Yep, the coaches saw they line up in that 300 or 400 formation. They see that they shift their free safety over there. They shift their linebackers that way. There's nothing on the backside. The Diggers just took advantage of it.
I'm surprised Rosenbrock is still in there. I thought he'd take a little breather for the 2-point conversion, but he's in the backfield.
He's breathing hard right now.
93 yards, yeah. And this is Colorado. We're not exactly below sea level here. Baker in motion to the right. Beediggers going for 2 handoff. Rosenbrock left side. He's in for the 2-point conversion. 2 minutes, 3 seconds to go. First half. Brush 27. University nothing on 1010 KSIR and KSIR.com. Well, we know that Kyle Rosenbrock just ran 93 yards in a 14-second drive for Brush. 2-point conversion run by Rosenbrock is good. The Beediggers have opened it up. They now lead 27-0 on University. Rosenbrock with his second touchdown of the game. And Dave, more than halfway, as you mentioned, more than halfway to 300 yards.
Oh yeah, boy, he's already racked up, like we said, 186 yards. I was looking at some of these guys out there. Eligio Barraza, he's tough. Conrad Cole, Nico Guzman. They got a lot of young guys out here on this kickoff team.
This one is high and short towards the sideline, bounces at the 30, and goes out of bounds at the 27 on that little pooch by Cardenas. And University will have some good field position as they'll have the football at the 35 to begin this drive, trailing 27-0. As the Beediggers have been very consistent in this game, 13 points in the opening quarter, 14 here in the second. University will receive the second half kickoff, so sure they feel they get right back into this game as they score now and then come out strong to begin the second half. 3 receivers out to the left. Tanner Sparks in a shotgun. 1st and 10 from the 35. Sparks looking to throw out to his right. Wide open is Workman. He's got it. Breaks out of a tackle at the 39 across the 40. Down at the 43. A gain of 8. And tackled by Michael Gutierrez. University up to the line of scrimmage. I believe they've got a couple of timeouts remaining. 1:43 to go in the first half. Trips to the left. 2nd down and 2 for the 43. Again, 2-step drop out to the right. Wide open to Workman. He's got it. Breaks the tackle to 46 down at the 48-yard line. Jake Brown makes the tackle along with Kyle Rosenbrock. And that's a gain of 5. And just short patterns being run by the Bulldogs right now. 1st and 10 from their own 48. Clock is rolling. 1:29 to go. Back to throw Sparks, pumping, looking, throws it out to his left. The pass is caught underneath at the 50-yard line, running to his right, and hit right there. Excellent open field tackle by Michael Gutierrez on the catch made by J.P. Redfern. Could have been a 10 or 15-yard gain instead of gain of 2, Dave.
Well, it was just a nice job of wrapping up there, huh? You hit him nice and low where he needs to, and not only that, he didn't slow down when he came in there. When he made that contact, it was hard.
Well, it keeps the clock rolling. 2nd down and 8 for University at their own 50-yard line. We've got 53 seconds to go in the opening half. Out of a shotgun, Sparks, deep drop, looking to set up a screen, and he'll throw it into the ground. Chad Strohauer was not turned around at the 40-yard line. He threw it at his feet, even though Strohauer was looking downfield and not back towards the quarterback. Smart play because Sparks was in all types of trouble. 3rd down and 8 to go for the Bulldogs.
Well, Chase Klein and Seawald were both those defensive tackles that were putting so much pressure on him. He was just on his roller skates trying to get back to avoid the pressure. But on top of that, we had guys in the middle like Drew Carwin and Soto who were hanging out there just waiting for that screen to happen.
3rd down and 8 from the 50 in a shotgun formation. Back to throw is Sparks. Lobbing it left side. Wide open. Caught by Long at the 35. Up the left sideline to the 20. Cuts it back inside. Breaking a tackle at the 15. He's going to be down and he fumbles the ball. And the Beat Diggers should have it at the 10. And they do. Alec Peterson recovered the football. It's a gain of 40. But the Beat Diggers have the football on the fumble as Sam Long caught the pass and then was stripped away. And now the Beat Diggers will just run it out, you would think, with only 36 seconds to go with the ball at their own 10-yard line. Well, Dave, that really was fortunate for Brush.
They were going for it, though, weren't they? After we missed the coverage, as they were running down the field, you could see our guys were ripping and tearing at that football when they were trying to take him down. So they're the ones that caused it.
Well, you know that Rosenbrock more than likely will get the football here. Trips to the left, 1st and 10 from the 10. Tormolin back to throw. Looking, still looking. Lofts it deep over the middle. Baker's there, incomplete. Oh, he had a step on the defender, but it was overthrown at the 41. 2nd down. And 10 to go for Brush. J.P. Redfern in on the coverage for University.
So 3 for 7 now for Tremolin. And like you said, he just barely overthrew him, boy. Just one step too far. But it was on a rope. It wasn't like a lobbed pass. It was more of a pass that was, that was pretty direct getting down the middle of
Yeah, and those you should have more air under them. Just to give your receiver a better chance. Even though it has to be pinpoint perfect.
Yeah.
Again, trips to the left. 2nd and 10 from the 10. With an even 30 seconds to go in the opening half. And there's the give right up the middle to Rosenbrock across the 10-yard line to the 15. Knocked down at the 16-yard line. It's a gain of 6. That should be the end of the opening half, unless University takes a timeout. The Beat Diggers will not, as they are back in the huddle with 10 seconds to go, but I don't think they're going to run another play. That'll be it. We played 24 minutes of football with the score. Brush 27, University nothing. This is 1010 KSIR and KSIR.com. Sean Beltran, Dave Urich back from University High School in Greeley. The Beat Diggers lead 27-0 over University as we head to the 3rd quarter. And the Beat Diggers to kick it off with Kyle Yoshimura and Cody Rush back deep to receive for the Bulldogs. The Beat Diggers got first half touchdowns from Jake Morrow and Mitch Tormolin from 3 and 1 yards respectively. Then a 40-yard screen pass from Tormolin to Rosenbrock. Then the big play of the first half, a 93-yard run by Rosenbrock. And that accounted for nearly half of the yardage that he amassed on the ground. He had 192 yards unofficially on the ground, and as Dave mentioned, with that 40-yard reception, 232 in total, almost halfway to 500, as Jesus Cardenas will kick it off. A lot of pooch kicks today for Jesus, Dave.
Kicking him awful high, isn't he?
Yeah, nothing too deep. That one is high and very short again. Caught at the 31 along the sideline to the 35, out of bounds. Across the 40 to the 41. Again, that's a number we don't have on the roster here for University, but Bulldogs with good field position to open up the 3rd quarter. It will start at the 41-yard line with Tanner Sparks at the quarterback position.
Conrad Cole did a good job hustling down the field and making that tackle right there at the sideline. He was in there and had a hold of both legs.
Two receivers out to the left, one to the right. In a shotgun formation. Sparks, option left, will swing it to the outside, but he's got nothing. In fact, he's going to lose 5 yards. Maverick Seawald threw him to the ground at the 36-yard line. Second down and 15 to go.
Yeah, boy, he got upfield quick there from his right defensive tackle position. So remember, in a 5-2, you'd normally have a defensive end lined up, maybe head up on the outside guy, but probably a little bit outside of him. And then you'd have defensive tackles across from their tackles and then a nose guard across from the center.
Committed to serving those in production. Ag. Premier Farm Credit is the gold standard in ag lending. Second and 15 for the 36 Sparks. Three-step drop over the middle of the pass is going to be incomplete. A diving attempt at the 48-yard line. But in and out of the hands of J.P. Redfern, well defended by Brush. Third down.
It's Coach Creighton, Coach Cummings, those guys made that adjustment on defense now to go to that four-man front. So now Seawald's more like a defensive end. He's lining up, head up on the outside guy. And he's just taking off and getting upfield in a hurry.
On third down and 15 to go. University with a football at their own 36-yard line. Receivers out to the left and right, again out of a shotgun formation. Sparks with a deep drop, looking to set up a screen over the middle. The pass is incomplete. Tad Strohauer in and out of the hands of the 36, but the Beatnickers read that play because he took a pop as soon as the ball hit his hands.
Yeah, Oscar Soto, he's one of the nose guards. He's one of the guys that usually we just have one nose guard. Now we have two of them, and they line up straight across from our offensive guard. He didn't put a lot of pressure. As soon as he read screen, he turned around and was going to make the tackle. He was right in his face.
Matthew Workman to punt. Randy Baker back to receive for Brush. Workman awaits a snap. A perfect one. He gets it off. That's a spiraling punt. Baker will field it at the 30. Straight ahead to the 35. Now to the 40. Across the field to the 45. Baker with room across the 45 to the 40. A flag is down. And Baker wiggling his way. Breaking tackles across the 35. And a second flag is down towards the 32. Either way, all that running goes for naught. That one's coming way back.
Yep. Usually you're going to have a block in the back with like that second penalty. That first one could be a hold.
Yeah, the second penalty will be nullified because the first penalty took place at the Beatnicker 35-yard line, so that one's coming back towards the 25, perhaps, if it's marked off from where the penalty flag is on the field. They'll have to sort that out. While they sort that out, time for me to tell you, at Stubbs Gas and Oil at I-76 and Highway 39 in Wiggins. Don't delay and get there today to see why convenience is Stubbs' middle name, Stubbs Gas and Oil.
So they're offsetting penalties. We had a block in the back on us and a hold on them, so they're saying it's fourth down again, and they're going to make University punt it again.
Well, then that's a big mistake by University because I think Brush committed the first penalty.
Yeah, I think so too.
Well, Baker will get another shot, and I'm sure he's going to be a little bit tired because he ran a ton there.
Well, maybe he's warmed up a little bit better. We'll look at it like that.
Good point. Workman standing back at his own 23. Baker at his own 28. Beatnickers up 27-0 over University, just over a minute into the second half. They've reset the football, which rests at the 36-yard line on this 4th and 15 to go for the Bulldogs. And there's going to be a fake. Sparks is looking to throw. Throws it out to his right. Pass is caught at the 41. Along the sideline, knocked out of bounds. Will not be enough. At the 48-yard line, it'll be a gain of 13. The pass caught by James Medina. However, they needed 15. Beatnickers will have excellent field position at the University 48-yard line.
That guys did a good job out here sticking with the receiver and being ready to play defense, watching out for that fake punt.
So Brush has it in University territory, looking to extend their 27-point lead. Kyle Rosenbrock just 8 yards away from going over 200 in this game. Jake Brown is the receiver to the right. Mistral Mullen does have a touchdown pass. That's 18 starts and 18 games with a touchdown pass. From the 48, the backs are split. Tormolen throws it out in the right flat, caught by Brown at the 49, across the 50, cuts it inside of the 45, along the sideline of the 40, and dragged out of bounds at about the 38-yard line, maybe the 37. It's a Beet Digger first down and a gain of 11 for Jake Brown.
Yeah, nice hitch pass there, and he did a good job of catching it. And then once he turned it upfield, he ran around the defender and then got to the sideline.
Yeah, I like that play, Dave. You challenge a defender one-on-one, and, it's tough for the defender because it's you against the other guy, and if you don't make the play, that results in big yardage.
Right, then their corners are playing about 10 yards off, so it makes a pretty safe play.
First and 10 from the University 37. Tormolen hands it off the Rosenbrock left side, hit it to 35, stays on his feet, and he drives to the 30, gaining 7 yards in a play. So he is 1 yard shy of 200. As the tackle was made by Dalton Morrow, the 6'1", 170-pound junior, 2nd and 3.
That crossbuck action, picked it to the right and then handed it back to Rosenbrock over here, running behind Seawald and Rodriguez again.
2nd down, and 3 to go from the 30. The Beet Diggers looking to extend a 27-0 lead, 9:57 to go, third quarter. With a back split, one receiver to the left. Tormolen, back to throw, looking, wide open right sideline, caught, drop by Mickey at the 3. Oh, he had an easy touchdown. And he dropped it. I anticipated the catch, but he should have made the catch. It should have been a Beet Digger touchdown. Instead, 3rd and 3 is a 30. He had the defender beat by 2 to 3 yards.
Yeah, he was wide open. Sometimes those are the hardest ones to catch. Yeah, I just said it was Rodriguez, but actually the guy over there helping block by Seawald is Lopez.
3rd and 3 for Brush at the 30-yard line. More than likely, they'll keep it on the ground. But boy, you get opportunities like that, you got to bring that ball in. Mickey does have a touchdown catch this year from 10 yards out. That came against Eaton. 3rd and 3 from the 30. Tormolen hands it off on the counter to Arribas. First down to the 25. Spinning out of a tackle inside the 20 to the 19. He's dragged down, but not before a gain of 11. The tackle was made by Brandon Medhurst, the 5'7", 140-pound senior defensive back. 1st and 10 for Brush. The ball at the 19-yard line of University.
So our right guard that time, Rodriguez, was the one that pulled over there and kicked their defensive end out and opened that hole up for Eddie.
Brandon Ewing checks out of the game for University. 1st and 10 for Brush. At the Bulldogs' 19-yard line, Guzman, the outside receiver to the right. And there's the give to Arribas up the middle to the 15, running to his right to the 10. He's to the 5, back towards the middle. And does he dive across the goal line? Yes, touchdown. He backed in across the goal line, 19 yards away for Eddie Arribas. Brush 33, University nothing.
Boy, just once he got through to that secondary, he just kept cutting against the grain, and all the pursuit of University was just way past the area where Arribas was at and left some open field.
Jesus Cardenas to attempt the extra point. Very quick drive, only a minute 25 seconds. But the Beet Diggers only needed to travel 48 yards because they stopped University on that 4th and 13 or 4th and 15. Off the hold of Tormolen. Awaiting the snap. It's there. That kick is up, and that one is good. Just inside the left upright. 9 minutes, 20 seconds remaining, third quarter. In Greeley, Brush 34, University nothing on 1010 KSIR and KSIR.com. Eddie Arribas becomes the 5th different Beet Digger to score. Actually, the 4th different Beet Digger. Rosenbrock has 2 touchdowns. Arribas had 2 carries on that drive for 30 yards, including a 19-yarder to close it out. Brush now leads University 34-0 with 9:20 to go in the third quarter, and Jesus Cardenas to kick it off for Brush. He runs up to the football. That one is very short at the 42-yard line. It's loose and pounced on at the 40-yard line by Brandon Ewing. So University with good field position. I'm sure, and I'll ask head coach Randy Dreitz after the game what the strategy is behind these very short kicks today.
Yeah, I think they're definitely doing it on purpose, especially that one. I was zeroing in on Cameron Alexander on that play. He's the 3rd guy from the outside over in front of the Beet Digger bench. And man, he knew exactly where that ball was going. He was running right for it.
Looks like this time University is going to go under center. Tanner Sparks has not done that since the opening drive of the game. 1st and 10 for the 40. Backs are split. And there is the pitch running right is Ryan Black, swinging it to the outside across the 40 to the 46-yard line. But 2 flags are down, and it looks like a 6-yard gain is going to be wiped out. And Dave, University going with a different strategy offensively because of all the issues they've had with the passing game, and there's a hold against the Bulldogs, and it must have been obvious since 2 flags are out there.
Yeah, Alec Peterson, he's like our strong safety out there, and he's such a sure tackler. That play was designed to go left. The kid cut it back against the grain, changed directions, ran right, and Peterson flew up there to try to make the tackle, and he got held like crazy.
Well, the football will be back at the 31. It amounts to a 1st and 19 to go for the Bulldogs. Yeah, I think they're going to go to the running game, see how that works, because they haven't given that a shot, really.
Well, they need to, because when they pass the ball, they only have the ball for about 30 or 40 seconds, and then it's the Beat Diggers again.
1st and 19 for the 31, backs in an eye. Sparks will pitch it over to Ryan Black, and he's going to be hitting the backfield for a loss. Jake Morrow and Joe Carwin with a penetration. There was nowhere to go. As he ran it right up the gut, he loses 2 to the 29. 2nd and 21 to go.
Yeah, we're holding him to -5 yards on 2 carries, but that time this forefront's really wreaking havoc for the Beat Diggers as we blitz Jake Morrow from that middle linebacker position.
2nd down and 21 from the 29-yard line. Again, under center is Tanner Sparks. 5-step drop, looking to his right to throw. Up the right sideline, that could be picked off. It's incomplete. Jake Brown actually had a step on the receiver, Sam Long, at the 41-yard line of the Beat Diggers. 3rd and 21.
Yeah, Jake had some good coverage there, didn't he? He was step for step with him, and as the ball was coming down, he jumped out there off the both feet with his right hand. He reached out to try to grab it and ended up landing on his belly, not able to touch the ball.
For the best prices and special offers on top quality car parts and accessories, visit Central Auto Parts, 1001 West Platte Avenue in Fort Morgan. 3rd and 21 from the 29-yard line. University on their own side of the field. 8:07 remaining 3rd quarter. Brush leads 34-0 out of a shotgun with trips to the left. Sparks, quick drop, throws it out to his left, and the pass is incomplete. Off the hands of Redfern at the 26-yard line. 4th down, and University is going to be back in punt formation once again.
Yeah, that time we just sent Morrow again from the middle linebacker blitzing up the middle, and boy, did he ever bring the pressure, and Sparks had to get rid of the ball in a hurry, and I think that's what made the pass so tough to catch.
So the Bulldogs to punt. Matthew Wortman once again. The Beat Diggers have done really very little in the return game today. Although Baker had a nice return, but that was called back, as you mentioned, because of offsetting penalties. Baker at his own 35. Perfect snap. And this is an end-over-end ball headed towards the sideline. Bounces to the 41 of Brush, and it takes a little bit of a Beat Digger roll, and it's down at the 41. James Medina actually let it go after it bounced to the Beat Digger 39. So only a punt of 30 yards. And Brush is 59 yards away from getting this game to a running clock.
Hey, you don't usually see that. When the ball bounces back your direction, usually you stop it right there. Medina just let it roll back a couple more yards in the Beat Diggers' favor.
I think he got confused there, Dave. I mean, because you can become disoriented when the ball's bouncing all over the place. 1st and 10 for Brush at the 41-yard line. Baker and Peterson are the receivers to the right. Guzman and Brown to the left. The lone setback is Rosenbrock. For Mullen. Back to throw. No pressure. Over the middle pass is tipped incomplete. Intended for Baker on the slant. 2nd down and 10 to go for Brush.
Schmoll is 4 for 10 right now for 87 yards. I think that slant was going to be wide open. Just threw it a little bit too low.
Look to the team at Valley View Villa for rehab, short-term or long-term care needs. Stop by 815 Fremont or call them at 867-8261. That's Valley View Villa. How many times out of a 2nd and 10 do we see the Beat Diggers go to the ground game? Because the one thing Brush doesn't like to do is set up a 3rd and long automatically off of 2 passes. That's right. They'll pass and they'll run. It wouldn't surprise me they go to the run here on 2nd and 10. There's the handoff to Rosenbrock, running right to the 45, back towards the middle to the 50. He's got a seam at the 45, first down to the 43-yard line. Cody Rush makes the play, but it's a gain of 16 for Kyle Rosenbrock.
There you go. That puts him at 215 yards now. Just a nice run, you know. He does such a good job of following his blocks and not overrunning things, and and being patient enough to let guys set things up for him.
1st and 10 for the Beet Diggers at the University 43-yard line. Of a player of the game following this contest as well. Arribas and Morrow now in the backfield from the Bulldog 43. Baker is in motion to the right. Looks like University's coming on a blitz. Handoff to Morrow, and they were coming on a blitz. Morrow, though, gets back to the line of scrimmage. Maybe gains a yard. There's a late flag. Tad Strohauer made the play. The flag was drawn at the end of the play at the 40. No gain for Morrow. Now let's see which direction the officials are walking. A chop block against the Beet Diggers. Well, the good news there is that would eliminate a gain of 0 for Morrow. It would make it a 1st and 25, though. Yeah, this should be a 15-yarder back to the Beet Digger 42. And the Beet Diggers nearly got away with that because it was thrown right at the very end of the play.
Yeah, just a late penalty again away from where the action was at. Morrow did a good job of that. Linebacker blitzed up there in between the center and the guard, and ran right into Jake, and Jake did a good job of just keeping his strength and keep driving his feet to get back to the line of scrimmage and then some.
And even 7 minutes to go, third quarter, in Greeley, Brush leads University 34-0. The Beet Diggers have a 1st down and 25 at their own 42-yard line. Baker is in motion to the right. Tormolen will hand it off on the right side to Arribas. He's got 2 yards to the 44 before he is stacked up. It'll be 2nd down and 23 to go for Brush.
73 yards now for Arribas on 10 carries, so a 7-yard average is pretty nice work for the day.
Without a doubt, the Beet Diggers need these performances coming off of 2 consecutive losses. 2nd and 23 for the 44. The mark to make is the University 34. One receiver out to the left. Tormolen hands it off right side to Morrow across the 45 to the 50. Has the sideline to the 40. Back towards the middle and back towards the sideline once again. Jitterbugging his way across the 40 to the 35, I believe, is where he stepped out of bounds. It's a gain of 21 for Jake Morrow. All of a sudden, a 3rd and 2.
36 yards there for Jake. Right there at the end of the play, the kid was trying to take him down right on the sideline, and Jake used his left hand to stiff arm him really hard, and Jake never did hit the turf.
3rd and 2. Well, the clock stops. 6 minutes and 6 seconds remaining, third quarter. Morrow and Arribas in the backfield at the University 35. Tormolen, handoff, right side. Morrow spins out of a tackle, and he's going to have a 1st down. That should be a face mask as he's down at the 33-yard line because he spun around, but he didn't do that on his own. He was assisted by a University player.
Yep, just showing a lot of strength there by Morrow. They ran the same play. That was at 46, 2 plays in a row, kicking that defensive end out with their halfback. Morrow did a good job of keeping his feet both times.
So a gain of 2 for Morrow, then the 15-yard penalty on the face mask. It would have been a 1st down anyway, but now the ball is all the way down to the 18-yard line. The drive started at the 41. And it'll be 1st and 10 for Brush. At the 18. Guzman, the receiver, to the left. Tormolen on 1st down. We'll hand it off on the counter to Arribas at the 15-yard line. Up the left side to the 10. Back to the middle to the 5. He dives towards the 2. Nice nifty run for Eddie Arribas. It's a gain of 16. 1st and goal for Brush.
So that takes him to 89 yards now on 11 carries. But again, it's that 30 series, taking that trap up the middle. You know, everybody's looking for Rosenbrock and Jake Morrow to run right at him. And I'll tell you what, we're doing a good job of following that blocking from Jose Rodriguez as he pulls from right guard over here to the left side, kicking that defensive end out. Arribas doing a good job of reading his blocks.
1st and goal from the 2. Let's see if Arribas or Morrow scores on this play because they're in the backfield. Tormolen hands off to Morrow running right, and he walks into the end zone from 2 yards out. That means we go to a running clock. Beet Diggers now lead 40-0. It's Morrow's second touchdown of the game. So the clock can only stop for injury or timeout, or obviously in between quarters. There won't be a stoppage. It'll just be a reset. So Wisconsin has to attempt the extra point. Mitch Tormolin once again to hold. The snap is low, but the kick is up, and that one is good. Under a running clock, 4 minutes and 22 seconds to go in the third from Greeley. Brush 41, University nothing on 1010 KSIR and KSIR.com. As Wisconsin has to kick it off, and that one's bouncing at the 17, fielded by Rush at the 15, jitterbugging to the 20, and tackled at the 25, a return of 10. And the beat digger tackle made by Christian DeLong. And under a running clock, University has the football at their own 25-yard line. Check it, the 26 is where the ball will be spotted. As the beat diggers, after a 7-play, 59-yard drive in 2 minutes and 53 seconds with Jake Morrow scoring from 2 yards out, now lead the game 41-0. First and 10 from the 26. Under center is Sparks, and there is the pitch left, and jitterbugging is Yoshimura, but he gets back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. I might have gotten a yard. The second effort, Maverick Seawald made the tackle. Gain of 1 for Yoshimura. Second down and 9 to go.
Boy, I'll tell you what, I'm really proud of the beat digger offenses and defenses today. They've done a good job of making adjustments and getting these kids back on track after the last couple of weeks being so frustrating.
Your one-stop center for projects around your home, office, or yard, and they now carry appliances. Ackley Building Center, 1402 Mill Street in Brush. The pitch right. Yoshimura swings it to the outside, stops, cuts it back. He's across the 25 to the 30, tackled at the 31. Nico Guzman makes the play. It's a gain of 4 for Yoshimura. 3rd and 5 to go for University.
Edgar Rojas and Mikey Gutierrez were right over there around the ball, too. Both of them guys that are stepping onto the field and getting some defensive action in today.
University's got a couple of first downs. That's it. The long pass to, well, actually 3, because the one to Long was a first down before he fumbled. But their 3 first downs have come by some pretty good passes, and we have a timeout called by University, so the clock does stop, even under a running clock, for a timeout. With 1:11 to go, we'll keep it right here. The Beat Diggers leading 41-0. University faces a 3rd and 5 at their own 31-yard line. Beat Diggers led at the break 27-0. They've scored 3 touchdowns in each of the first 2 quarters. And if they do that in the 4th, they'll need a big play, Dave, because the clock will not stop.
Yeah, it's going to be tough for them. I'll tell you what, we're rotating some guys in there. We got Cameron Alexander in out there now, and also I saw Carlos Montez out there, number 78. Those guys are out on the field. I'll tell you what, our guys that are out there in the second group, they're tough. And so, it's not going to be a gimme for University. They're going to have to play pretty well to score against these guys.
Well, look what Christian DeLong and Michael Gutierrez have done on special teams. You mentioned Chase Kleins had a pretty good game in the limited action. He's at 3rd and 5 from the 31. Baxton and I under center is Sparks. Fake the pitch. Throw over the middle. The pass is going to be complete. First down across the 45 to the 46. Looks like the tight end caught that, Justin Anderson. That's a gain of 15. And the drive continues for University. Keep in mind that if the margin gets under 40, that it would still be a running clock. They don't stop running the clock even if the margin gets under 40.
So 134 yards passing for them. They've had a good passing day.
2 receivers to the left, 1 to the right. Baxton and I, 1st and 10, University at their own 45. And there's the pitch. The ball is loose in the backfield. I think the Beat Diggers have it. Yoshimura dropped it. Looks like Brush recovered it at the 43-yard line, and they did. And coming up with a football for the Beat Diggers was Levi Abbott. And that is going to be the end of quarter number 3. We've got 12 seconds to go, but no way the Beat Diggers will run a play under the running clock with the score. Brush 41, University nothing on 1010 KSIR and KSIR.com. John Beltran back with Dave Urick as we begin the fourth quarter. And a burst there by Michael Gutierrez with Grayson Simmons as the new quarterback across the 35 to the 30 to the 29-yard line. A gain of 14 and a Beat Digger first down as the Beat Diggers have the football now at the 29 after recovering a fumble at the University 43. Second down, handoff Gutierrez inside the 25, or check that first down to the 29. To the 22, it's a gain of 7 for Michael Gutierrez. Two carries, I should say, for 21 yards. Second down and 3 to go for the Beat Diggers at the 22 of the Bulldogs.
He's running behind Christian DeLong, and I'm not sure who 65 is out there. Getting some good blocks by those guys.
That Brandon Beering is who I have on my roster. Second down and 3 for the 22. Handoff Gutierrez, stutter steps, but he's going to be hit at the line of scrimmage and dropped. Looked like he lost a yard back to the 23. Third and 4 to go for Brush. Beat Diggers up 41-0 under a running clock with 10:28 to go in Greeley.
Our center now is Tristan Keeter.
On third down and 4 to go for the 23. And the Beat Diggers have added a couple of players that I don't have on the roster here, but we'll figure that out for the next game. Man in motion to the left, and there's a flag. And there might have been movement along the right side, and there was for Brush. So that'll turn into a 3rd and 9 to go. Don't let finances stand in your way of pursuing your college education. Visit MCC online at www.morgancc.edu or stop by the campus for a personal advising session that will get you on the right track and find out what options are available to help you no matter what age you are at MCC. You can imagine your possibilities, believe in yourself, and achieve your goal. 3rd and 9 from the 28. Man in motion to the left. Handoff. Gutierrez left side to the 25. And he spins his way inside the 25. Breaks out of a tackle at the 20. He's got a first down to about the 15-yard line. He is tough to tackle, and Michael Gutierrez picks up 13 more yards.
He runs hard, doesn't he? He ran behind the block in that time of Barraza and Craig. Those guys were opening up a big hole over there. And then once he got past them, then he had to do the rest of it on his own as the University guys couldn't hold on.
First and 10 for Brush at the 15-yard line. 8:53 to go in the game. Brush 41, University nothing. Conrad Cole in that backfield for the Beat Diggers along with Gutierrez. And there's the bootleg right. And the Beat Diggers with a big hole across the 15 to the 10. Along the right sideline, 5, and that's a touchdown. That is a touchdown from 15 yards away. But we don't have number 12 on the roster. We'll have to find that out. That's a number 12 for Brush. But it's a 15-yard TD run. Yeah, we'll find out. Unfortunately, we'll have to find out after the game. The assistant coaches for Brush are already downstairs. And Brush now leads 47-0. Yeah, I don't think that's ever happened, Dave.
I'll tell you what, those guys had a lot of good blocking out there for him. They were dead. Everybody sealed off.
And now Jesus to attempt the extra point. Off the hold of Mitch Tormolen. There's the snap. The kick is up, and that is good. Under a running clock, 7:40 to go in the game. Brush 48, University nothing on 1010 KSIR and KSIR.com. The Beat Diggers take a 48-0 lead on a 5-play, 43-yard drive in over 3.5 minutes. A 15-yard touchdown run as Grayson Simmons was not the quarterback in on that play. It was Beat Digger wearing the number 12 uniform. We don't have a name for him, so we'll get that after the game. The extra point was good, and the Beat Diggers are looking for the shutout now. 6 minutes and 33 seconds away from the shutout. Goddenas kicks it off high and pretty deep. It'll be fielded at the 7, straight ahead to the 10, across the 15 to the 20 by Redfern. He is swallowed up at the 20. Edgar Rojas and Christian DeLong in on the hit. And that's where the Bulldogs will have the football at the 20.
Rojas will put a pounding on you. I saw him make a really nice tackle the last time University had the ball when he was coming over from his safety position. He put his shoulder pads right in the University kid's belly.
First and 10 for the Bulldogs. And there's probably only, unless a timeout is called, 7 or 8 plays left in this game. We're looking at 5:45 to go. The clock will not stop. First and 10. And there's a throw out to the right. Pass is caught underneath by Black. Jitterbugging at the 20 across the 25-yard line, and he's down there. The new quarterback is Brandon Ewing. Ewing threw that pass to Black with a gain of 6 now, though, being marked at the 26. For the Beat Diggers make the play. And now Black is out of the game. 2nd down and 6 to go for University. Approaching the 5-minute mark of the 4th quarter. Carson Cox and Sam Long, the receivers to the left, 2 to the right. And Ewing will hand it off on the draw play across the 25 to Strohauer to the outside. He's down at the 29. He'll gain 3 yards. And that's the number 12 again. Yeah, we're going to have to get for Brush that made the tackle. 3rd down and a yard to go.
So with that running, gives them a positive 1-yard rushing today.
Yeah, unreal. Strohauer, the lone setback. Brandon Ewing now in a shotgun. 3rd and 1 for the 29. Awaiting the snap. Low snap. Looks to his left. Throws. That pass is dropped. Dropped by Carson Cox at the 28-yard line. 4th down to go for University. 4th and a yard to go at the 29. Dave, I think it's important the Beat Diggers want this shutout. I mean, either way, it's a big win. But you want to establish momentum on both sides. Not that they haven't established momentum defensively today, but you want to end the game strong. Let's put it that way.
Yeah, they got to celebrate a little bit.
4th and 1 under center is going to be Ewing. Ewing will sneak it to the right side. He's got a 1st down. Cross the 30 to the 31, a gain of 2 for Brandon Ewing. All the way to the 32-yard line. 3 officially on the carry. But they're not wasting time. Up to the line of scrimmage. 68 yards away from getting on the board for the first time in the game. Brush up 48-0. Out of a shotgun, Ewing looking to throw. Lobs it up the left sideline. Long is out there. It's incomplete. Through his hands. Boy, that was a great pass. At the 45-yard line of Brush, defended by Michael Gutierrez. 2nd down for University.
Yeah, we had good coverage there, but like you said, it was a beautiful pass. The kid had both hands up there, just went right in between his hands. Had he had his thumbs together, I think he might have caught it.
Keeping community banking simple and committed to their community. Morgan Federal Bank, member FDIC, equal housing lender. And there is a shotgun pass out to the left. The pass is caught underneath at the 38-yard line, a gain of 6. Caught over there. Yeah, number 20 is somebody that we do not have for University. 6 yards for whoever's wearing number 20. 3rd and 4. Hurry up formation from the 39. Out of a shotgun, Sparks goes to his left. Check that. That's Ewing. 1st down again to number 20. Across the 45 to the 46. A gain of 8. They'll give him the 47. And University back up to the line of scrimmage with 2:23 to go in the game. Serving you the best coffees, lattes, and smoothies. Willow Coffee, Tea, and Smoothies. Open 6 a.m. to 6 p.m. to better serve you and ready to make your favorite specialty drink and offer you a sweet treat. Pass over the middle is complete. That's Cody Rush at the 46-yard line. The gain of 7 on the pass from Brandon Ewing. 2nd down and 3. Right up to the line of scrimmage. By the way, Willow Coffee, Tea, and Smoothies, 921 Edison Street in Brush. Open until kickoff for each home game. Out of a shotgun. Ewing pumps, looks, throws up the left sideline. Could be picked off. It's incomplete. 20 out there for University, but the Beat Diggers had a defender out there in Cameron Alexander. 3rd and 3 for the 46. We're down to a minute 37 to go under a running clock.
Cameron was the only one that was going to be able to catch that ball, and he had some great coverage there.
This is 10-10 KSIR. Brush for Morgan Greeley. 3rd down and 3 for the 44. A draw play to Strohauer. 1st down across the 45 to the 40-yard line. Along the sideline, he's going to be dragged out of bounds at the 33. And does University call a timeout here? They do. Gain of 9. Strohauer with 1:13 to go. So that's, again, a stoppage of the clock. At the 34-yard line. Yeah, University, Dave, I know it's just one possession, but you know they desperately want to get into that end zone.
Yeah, Strohauer, he's carried the ball 4 times now for 16 yards total on the day. I think they're going to have to keep throwing the football. 155 yards now on 27 passes. They've completed 15 of those. Having some pretty good success. Both Ewing and Sparks can both throw the ball pretty well.
Yeah, this will be the 11th play of the drive. Trips to the right, 1 to the left. 1st and 10 from the Beatdigger 34. They've traveled nearly 50 yards out of a shotgun. Ewing back to throw, pumps, heaves it deep over the middle. That's going to be incomplete. Alexander out there with the receiver for University. And the receiver was Tanner Sparks, who was the starting quarterback in this game.
The Diggers had big pressure there from Cordell Craich and number 40. I'm not sure who our number 40 is, but those guys were both getting into the backfield from that defensive tackle position.
2nd and 10. Throw to the right. Incomplete. And number 20 is the intended receiver at the 17-yard line. Clock running. 13th play of the drive coming up. University's got maybe just one more play left, Dave, because they're still not up to the line of scrimmage. And we have 29 seconds to go in the game. This could be it. They're going to have to go for the home run here. 3rd and 10 for the Beatdigger 34. Ewing out of his shotgun. 2-step drop. Throws to his right. The pass is caught. Flag down inside the 25-yard line. Well, that should end the game anyway. See, the flag is against. It would be a gain of 9 yards. It'll be offensive pass or nope, a block in the back. Or check that. Defensive penalty. All right, so they can't end the game on that. They're going to have to run another play. Let's see how they work this out. They're going to tack it on, which I've never seen. Yeah, they might have to run just one more play, because I don't think even with a running clock, you can end the game on a defensive penalty.
So 164 in passing yards for them today. And, you know, they were able to put a decent passing attack together, but, you know, a good portion of those yards were here in the second half.
All right, so a 9-yard completion to 20 for University. And then the 5-yard penalty against Brush. And looked like he didn't signal holding. Looked like he signaled block in the back. But
yeah,
that doesn't happen on defense, so we'll just call it a hold. Final play of the game coming up, 5 seconds to go. University has called their final timeout. They'll run one more play to try to get on the scoreboard down by 48 points. They've gone from their own 20 to the Beatdigger 20. On 1st down and 10. Brandon Ewing out of a shotgun. Low snap, looking to throw, pumping, throwing deep up the left side. Jump ball, incomplete, off of Tanner Sparks' right hand, and the game is over. The Brush Beatdiggers have defeated the University Bulldogs 48-0. Let's take a break here on 1010 KSIR and KSIR.com. John Beltran, Dave Urich back from Tom Roche Field on the campus of University High School in Greeley. Welcome to the Buildings by Design post-game show. Buildings by Design and Brush takes pride in their workmanship and quality of their relationships with clients. For a free bid, call Pat Walter, 842-5837. Building today's business, Buildings by Design. The Beatdiggers snap a 2-game losing streak, defeating the University Bulldogs 48-7. Brush took their opening possession, 7 plays, 49 yards in 4 minutes and 3 seconds. Jake Morrow scored from 3 yards out. Extra point was good. It was 7-0. The second time the Beatdiggers touched the football, they scored with 16 seconds to go in the opening quarter. An 11-play, 91-yard drive in 4 minutes and 58 seconds. Mitch Tormolin on the 1-yard bootleg, but the extra point was blocked. It was 13-0. Beatdiggers then in the second quarter would get on the board for the third time in the game on a 4th down and 14 from the 40-yard line. It was a screen pass, 40 yards to Kyle Rosenbrock, ending a 7-play, 50-yard drive in 4 minutes and 31 seconds. 2-point conversion was no good. Beat Diggers were up 19-0, and then with 2:17 to go in the second quarter, Beat Diggers started at their own 7. Kyle Rosenbrock then ran it in from 93 yards out, also ran in the two-point conversion. It was 27-0 at the break, and then Brush added to that in the third quarter on their first drive. 5 plays, 48 yards, and 85 seconds. Eddie Arribas from 19 yards out. It was 34-0, and then the Beat Diggers put the finishing touches on this with 2 more touchdowns. Jake Morrow, a 2-yard run, 7 plays, 59 yards, and 253. Extra point was good. It was 41-0. Then a player that we'll identify here when head coach Randy Dreitz hopefully will join us up in the press box. A 5-play, 43-yard drive, 15-yard touchdown run by someone wearing a number 12. 48-0 as the extra point was good. And that would be the final score and a big, big game on the ground for Kyle Rosenbrock, Dave.
You bet. She ended up with 215 yards on 16 carries. The Diggers had 399 yards rushing today. Like I said, Rosenbrock with the 215. Eddie Arribas had 89 yards on 11 carries, which is a great day. Jake Morrow had 40 yards on 7 carries. Randy Baker had 1 carry for 3 yards. Mikey Gutierrez at the end of the game had 36 yards on 4 carries. And then Chamolan was able to total up 3 yards on 3 carries.
And meanwhile, you look at, and the Beat Diggers really didn't need a ton in the passing game. I mean, he had mixed results in the passing game.
Yeah, he went 4 for 10 today. But he threw the ball pretty well, just a couple little overthrows. But, there was a couple of passes there that should have been caught. But, a fairly decent day. His number 1 receiver today was Jake Brown. He caught 2 passes. Randy Baker had a 25-yard reception, and then Rosenbrock had the most yards with that 40-yard screenplay.
And University pretty much decided, Dave, if they were going to move the ball down the field, it was not going to be on the ground.
Yeah, they had to throw the ball all day. We had 51 plays. They only had 43. Of their 43 plays, 32 of them were passing. They completed 16 of those for 170 yards. They only had 13 yards on the ground today. Their number 1 running back was Todd Strohauer. He had 4 carries for 16 yards. Ryan Buck tried to run the ball twice for a -5. Yoshishima came in at the end of the game, sort of a replacement, but he had a positive 4 yards total. Tanner Sparks, the quarterback, had 2 carries for a -5, and then Ewing had 1 carry for 3 yards.
So their best drive was actually the very final one of the game, where they got to the Beat Digger 20-yard line, but the Beat Diggers held them out of the end zone. They registered the shutout. University falls to 0-3 in Patriot League play, 2-3 overall. Beat Diggers are now 3-2 overall and 1-2 in Patriot League play. And more importantly for Randy Dreitz, from an individual standpoint, his 100th career head coaching win. Of course, he wanted that a couple of weeks ago, but it happens here this afternoon in Greeley as the Beat Diggers defeat the University Bulldogs by that 48-0 count. And Dave, Beat Diggers responded the way they needed to, because let's face it, even if they didn't play their A game, they could have won this game. But you and I were saying off there, there's no doubt Brush didn't have to win this game. They had to win it convincingly.
Yeah, just for the confidence level and just to, kind of remind the rest of their opponents that we're still the Beat Diggers and we still got it. And, when you have a couple of games like the last couple, people start, competition starts to think maybe they still have a shot. But, to be able to come in here and decisively pound University, it reminds everybody that we're still the Beat Diggers and they better be ready to go. And Strasburg's next week. That's going to be a huge game for us, and it's going to be a tough game considering it's homecoming week.
Well, and we heard from Dave Bondi during our Beat Digger Nation segment at halftime outlining all of the festivities happening basically from the end of this game through next weekend. But you look at the remaining schedule, and, the argument can be made that the Beat Diggers had their easiest ride in this particular game against University, but nonetheless it was an important game for the reasons you just documented. They had to come out strong, and, they certainly... like you mentioned, Tormolen threw his share of passes. There's still some issues to be solved. I think the passing game probably going forward, Dave, needs to be probably a little bit more consistent than completing less than 50%. That's not on Tormolen, not all on him. The offensive line, the receivers, that area has to really come together that much more to be that much more balanced as well.
Yeah, you can't have the drop passes. And then, some of those passes where, Tormolen throws it maybe a half a yard deep, guys need to be able to leave their feet and maybe make some of those big catches every once in a while, because those are the kind of catches you have to make when you get into the big games. So sometimes, that's the best you can get, and you better take advantage, of every bit of it. But, I thought they came out and they had a pretty balanced game, and I was really impressed defensively with that forefront that they put out there. They were able to get some different guys in the game, which gives some other guys breathers on offense. I'm thinking about Chase Klein in particular. He had a sack and a couple of big pushes there defensively, and just by getting him in the game there, that gave, one of our linemen, where we usually had 5 guys up on the defensive line, that's given one of our linemen a chance to breathe and get rested up to go back in on offense.
Yeah, and they had lots of contributions from younger players on special teams as the Beet Diggers win this game this afternoon in Greeley over the University Bulldogs by a score of 48-0. And Coach Dreitz said that the practice was much more intense this week, much more focused, as we bring in the head coach of the Beet Diggers, Randy Dreitz. 2 touchdowns in the first quarter, 2 in the second, 2 in the third. I mean, consistently, Coach, not just for the first half, but throughout the course of the game.
Yeah, we played a lot better. Hats off to these players, man. They come back this week in practice and just really got after it in practice, and hats off to them, and hats off to the coaching staff that they did just a tremendous job, and I'm sure I'm proud the way they come back. And after the beating we took last week, it's hard to hold things together. You never know their emotional state of mind that's going to happen, but they come back this week determined, and we come back as the coaching staff determined we're going to get better, and we went back to the basics, and that's what it's all about.
Well, we mentioned that not only did you have to win this game, but if it's a true Beet Digger team, one that's legitimate, didn't you feel you had to win this game as convincingly as you did in dominating fashion, which you certainly did this afternoon?
That's what we expect, and we're pretty spoiled here in Brush, Colorado. We expect to win, and we expect to beat people, and it's a good thing. And sometimes I guess in life you got to get humbled, and we were humbled last week with what happened to us, and it's back to the drawing board. And like I said earlier in our interview about life lessons, and as a coach, you hope that they take these life lessons and move on.
The defense looks much more comfortable, not only today, but to talk about this defensive alignment here with a 4-3 as opposed to the 5-2. It looked like it really opened things up vision-wise for your linebackers and seeing the opposing plays from the university offense.
Yeah, we changed things up, and we're going to, we have to adjust to what the opposing team presents to us. And after last week's performance, I just talked to Coach Creighton, and I talked, and we decided that we need to definitely change things up, and we did this week and did a great job of doing that. And the players did their job, and coaches, we can only do so much as far as X's and O's. It's about them doing their job and their responsibility and being disciplined, and they did a great job this week. And I tell you, I think we're a lot more physical than we have been.
Coach, what was the strategy behind some of the shorter kickoffs? It looked like you mixed it up, had some longer kickoffs, but a lot of short pooches, that went maybe 15 or 20 yards. It looked like that was obviously by design.
Well, they might have looked like that by design, but, we did have some situations where we wanted that, but I think, Jesus is such a great kicker and a great kid that he's great at directional kicking, and kind of missed 1 or 2 of them today, and not his fault. It was kind of a misunderstanding where I wanted it. That one that was real short here, the second to the last one, was meant to go deep, and I didn't translate that to him very well. So, he's a great kid, and he's trying to get in that end zone, but it just didn't happen today. But hopefully we keep working on it, and it'll happen.
All right, a couple of final things, Coach. I mean, we like to give credit individually to certain players, but we didn't have it on the roster, so you could enlighten us right now who number 12 was who took in that bootleg for you for that final touchdown, a 15-yard run.
That's Arnoldo Montos Garcia.
Wow.
He's a freshman.
I should have known him, but his mother's going to get all over me now, but we didn't have him on the roster.
Yeah, he's not on the roster, and neither is number 40. He's another freshman playing for us that we brought up this week. We brought him over and practice with us, and wow, what a great couple of guys to bring over with. The other one was Noah Leachman, and he's a big freshman for us, and he kind of came out late, but he's learning things, and he's going to be a good one too. And all our freshmen are really working hard in practice. It's unfortunate that we don't have games for them, and a lot of teams don't have C-team levels, and it's frustrating. You want your kids to get better, and you want them to keep interest in practice and things. But we did bring those 2 guys up this week and gave them a varsity uniform, and it was awesome to see their eyes light up, and then awesome to get them in the game.
All right, final thing, Coach. Obviously, this is more individual, but I know you'll give it a team element to it. It's your 13th year, 100th career head coaching win. Just your thoughts on that. It's been a nice, long journey, but a very successful one along the way. Yeah, I know. An emotional journey. I mean, I remember the first year in 2002 and 7, then 3 and 6, and I know you felt the weight on your shoulders there, taking over for a legend in Larry Mills. But you made the playoffs 10 years in a row, and I'm talking here for you because I know how emotional this gets. But I know it's got to be a huge day for you. But you would never take the individual credit for such an accomplishment as long as you've been coaching here at Brush High School.
Well, I guarantee it wouldn't happen if I didn't have the kids. If I wouldn't have the players that I've had and the coaches that I've had. Thank God.
Randy, appreciate your time. Congratulations on a big victory today. The Beet Diggers defeat University by a score of 48-0. As we've been listening here to the Beet Digger postgame show, you've been listening to the Beet Digger postgame show brought to you by Buildings by Design. Dave, final thoughts on a game like this? We can tell the emotion here from Coach Dreitz. Maybe I'm going to get in trouble of bringing this up, and obviously you got to give him a lot of credit because this was it's been a great journey for Brush.
Well, I'll tell you what, having been in those shoes, people don't realize, the heart. There's a lot of, that goes into coaching because you take it home with you and your family has to survive it. And then you have your own goals. You're part of the team as well. And so you and your coaching staff have goals, and you have to live through the ups and the downs, and you take a lot of grief a lot of times. And so when you finally, reach one of those benchmarks that some of those personal goals that you've had, when you finally reach some of those, it's a pretty emotional thing. And there's only a few coaches in the state that have reached that 100 game win. And I'll tell you what, it's pretty awesome for him that he was able to achieve that. And that's credit to him and his coaching staff.
And all the emotion, Dave, off the last 2 weeks. I mean, it was not easy getting to 100. We thought it was going to be easy, but it ended up being very difficult getting to 100 wins. But finally, head coach Randy Dreitz has got it today.
Yeah, and that's that takes a lot of years to get there, and there's a lot of ups and downs. And like I said, a lot of positives that go with things, but sometimes when you're a competitor, you take losses like you had these last couple of weeks, and you always internalize that, and you blame it on yourself, and you carry a lot, you carry a lot with you. So I can understand how Coach could be so emotional, and I can understand how this is a big day for him and his family and his coaching staff.
Dave, you and I will do it again on Friday night at home, and the Beet Diggers take on the Strasburg Indians. As you mentioned, that's homecoming, and we'll have highlights of this game on our KSIR B106 channel on YouTube, on KSIRsports.com. We'll have a play-by-play recap of this game as well through ESPN's iScore. Sound engineer and producer of Brush Beet Digger Football has been Rose Condas. For Dave Urick, I'm John Beltran. As the final score, once again tonight, or this afternoon. Before we do that, though, and thank you to Dave for the T.O. Charlie's Player of the Game. We always have to do that. The T.O. Charlie's Player of the Game. And at T.O. Charlie's, by the way, 700 West Platte Avenue in Fort Morgan, they will not be beat by anyone when it comes to price. They'll help you find a car that fits your needs and budget. If you don't see what you want, T.O. Charlie's will find it for you. And you can log on to TOCharliesFTM.com to view inventory, current specials, and apply for a loan online. Drive away with confidence at T.O. Charlie's. And Dave and I are going to give this to a bigger group. Kyle Rosenbrock had a great game, but he's been the player of the game 3 games in a row, had a big game today, but there's a reason he had a big game today as well, Dave.
Yeah, I think, we got to give credit to that offensive line. You could be the greatest running back in the world, but if you don't have some good holes to run through, nothing's going to happen. So the player of the games go to Sewald, Lopez, Acosta, Rodriguez, Carwin, and Ben Mickey over there at that tight end position. Those guys are the workhorses. They very seldom get any credit, but they always get the blame every time there's a flinch up there on the line of scrimmage or a hold. So congratulations to that Beet Digger offensive line.
And they are the T.O. Charlie's players of the game. Once again, for Dave Urick, I'm John Beltran. The final score, Brush 48, University nothing, right here on 1010 KSIR and KSIR.com.